Hey YouTube, we're back again in my Honda Civic Mk8. This video is going to be about how to install the auxiliary input for these factory head units. This one doesn't come as standard. It gives you the option, but it's just not there for some reason. I don't know why they even give you the option. So I'm going to show you how to take the head unit out, how to take all the trims to get to the head unit. And that's basically it. There's basically 3 screws on the top, 2 screws on the bottom, but to get to the bottom you need to take out all this center console and a few trims underneath to get to this. The tools we're going to be using is a long flathead screwdriver. That's going to be for this top unit here to get to the back clips. We're also using a trim tool just to avoid breaking any of the trim. We're going to use a posi and a flathead screwdriver, and this is a 8mm socket, wrench, whatever you want to call them, just to get to another screw because it's quite tight once you get under here. So we're going to get started, and right now I'm going to show you how to start taking all trims off. Brilliant. Right, so to start taking out the center console, we're going to start taking all the clips and the screws out. You'll see these underneath. Pretty straightforward. You get your flathead screwdriver and just pop these covers off. There's one, and now you've got 2 different types of clips in these. For the center console, they're all positive screw heads, and underneath the main console area is these sort of clips, and all you have to do is push this middle bit in, and what we'll do is we'll get our trim tool just to avoid any breakages. Get under there, just pop that out to stop this from breaking, and that's all good to go to fit back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew all this, take all these screws out, and I'll show you how to take the trim out. Right, so now we've got all the screws and clips out, just to confirm, there's basically going to be 2 under the driver's side and 2 under the passenger side. We'll just pop it right there so you can have a quick look. So you see those there. And for the screws, you'll have 4 for the center console, 2 just by cigarette lighters either side, and the other 2 will be right at the back, just there along the bottom, and 1 on the other side. And that's basically it. They're just screws. I'm sure everyone knows how to take a screw out. Before we take the center console out, we have to take off the trim underneath the driver's side, just to be able to free up some space to get this big center console out. So using our trim tool to pry this out, it's pretty straightforward. They're just little clips in there. This trim tool is pretty good, to be fair. I bought it off eBay. I think it was only about a couple of quid or something stupid. It just saves any hassles of breaking your trims, because I'm pretty sure that's the last thing anyone wants to do. So I just pull straight forward. There you go. You see, I'll just pop that there for now. And what we're going to need is a positive screwdriver, because we need to undo this one here. Yeah, done now. There we go. Here's the baby there. This center console here, this little trim, it's just held on my clip, so just pull that straight down towards it. And that just comes away. Alright, so that's all freed up now. And what we'll do is we'll start taking this center console out. Right, so next step now is to remove the trim around the gear stick. It's pretty straightforward, to be fair. Just use the trim tool that we've got from the side here. Put it on there. There we go. Simples. Just open up so much more room there, just to be able to get this centre console out, because once you lift this, it does become really awkward around the old gear stick, so at least it gives you that little bit more room there. Right, so we're going to take off this top trim so we can expose the 3 bolts on the top. We're going to use the trim tool and the long screwdriver, which is there. Right, so using the trim tool, coming on the front, and start lifting it from its clips all around. And using your flathead screwdriver, you're going to get to the clips right at the back and just sort of manoeuvre it so it's going to twist. Just being careful to do it right at the clips so you're not going to break any of this trim. There you go, and that's the trim out. So now you'll be able to see there's 3 bolts here holding the top in. Now what I'm going to do is I'll show you how to get all the centre console off. Right, so to take the centre console out, we've got all our screws unplugged. So what you're going to do is you're going to unclip your fingers underneath here and just pop this front off. Disconnect the cigarette lighter from underneath. Just start pulling that all up. If this is in the way, just pull that right up, slide it out. Next one we're going to go is that front centre console. You will need your trim tool for this part. Drop your glove box, start from the back, pull the whole thing forward. Now this top is prone to being broken. There's 3 clips there, 1 on the side, 2 on each side, and 1 in the middle. Start from the middle, just pull that away. There we go. Just pull that towards you. It is a bit fiddly to get out. What I'll do is I'll get this out and we'll go back and we'll get the head rate unit out. Right guys, so to get the head unit out, once we've got all the trim off, with the 3 screws at the top, which I've already taken out, just using a positive screwdriver. The ones underneath, it's quite tight to be able to fit the screwdriver under. You'll see where the 2 screws are, it's 1 and 2. This one's not too bad, it's this one here, as you can see, it's just not going to happen. So what I have found is if you use a 8mm wrench, you can actually twist that pretty comfortably, or at least to loosen it, just so you can get underneath and start undoing it by fingers. Just makes life that little bit easier. Anything to make life easier. Just my Marmetto. Grab that one out. And after that, it's literally a case of just pulling it off. But you do want to be careful because, again, you don't want to snap anything. So, just pull that forward. go. So now we've got that going forward. Let's drop that out. What I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to pull this out, disconnect it, and I'll show you the back. Hey guys, so I've got the radio out now, just to show you the back basically of where the auxiliary cable will be going in. It's this port here, if you can just make it out. It goes into the CD changer part. Just to confirm as well, basically this is the Panasonic factory head unit. Now, I had a lot of issues trying to find an auxiliary port to fit a Panasonic head unit, right? Everywhere online seems to be for the sat-nav fitted head units or the Alpine fitted head units, and nowhere seems to have anything for a Panasonic head unit. Now, I actually bought this plug here. It's the Connects2. This is the CTVHOX001. Again, it says online it's only for the Alpine head units. Now, I've just tested this prior to me carrying on this video, and it does work with this regardless of what they say. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going to be fitting into this. Like I said, this white part just plugs into the back, and then it's just a matter of case of trying to find where it is you want to put this box, really, whether it's going to be in the glove box or just underneath the trim or wherever it is you want to put it. I'm not going to show you how to wire it in because it should be pretty self-explanatory. But that's about it. I mean, putting it back together is just everything you've done, taking it off, but in reverse, just clipping it all back in, popping the screws back in. But hopefully this helps, and if you do want to give it a go, it's not really that hard. I know it looks like a pretty big job. In total, it's probably taken me about 15 minutes to get all the trims off and everything, providing you've got the right tools. I mean, the trim tool does help you out drastically. Apart from that, again, it doesn't take that long. Anyone can do it. The parts are available on eBay. I will put in a link for this particular unit I did buy. It was about £28. I think it was just under £28. Again, it came recommended to me, and it does work with the Panasonic head units regardless of what it says. This is without the sat-nav as well. So alright, and if this has helped, hit like and subscribe to my channels. There's going to be many more videos to come. Good luck, guys. I've just finished fitting the auxiliary cable now, and I've just finished putting all the trim back together. I mean, you can see it's all back on, back to square one. Just thought I'd quickly add, while I was putting it all back together, I noticed there's not a lot of wires to be able to put it all the way back to here, which is where I originally planned to put it, was inside the armrest. The only options you've really got is like what I've done. I've just popped it inside this little ashtray compartment here, which is pretty ideal, or to put it into the glove box, but I didn't really want to start drilling any holes or anything stupid. That's where you didn't really need to do that with this one. It's just hollow at the top, so this drops straight down from the radio. I am probably just going to stick some double-sided tape just so it's secure like that, so it's nice and tidy. But it works fantastic. I mean, once it's on, it will show as CD changer 1 or whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, it does what it needs to do. I can play my Spotify, which is what I really bought it for. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, the sound quality coming out of that now is much better than what I got from a CD. But yeah, I definitely recommend buying one. Really easy to fit if you go by this video. And like I said, this is the Connect2 CTVHOX001. Again, I got it from eBay. It was about £27.50, £28, whatever it was. They're pretty common to find on eBay, but I'll send you the link for the one that I did use in this video. Alright, thanks for watching.